and his car got swept away by flood waters. He was saved by a palm tree that blocked his vehicle. And for over an hour, they were on top of their vehicle whilst the rains was coming. Now, if anybody had called on NADMO, what would have been NADMO's response, and what would NADMO have been able to do for these two?
Thank you. In situation as such, what we do is in getting to the scene, knowing the volume of water that comes or run will determine the action. But usually, as we all know, in the main course of a stream, when it's raining, then the water is running off. The wave under is so heavy. But it does happen that it's not in the main course, but stuck somewhere or like 50 meters away from the stream, which wouldn't have much of the wave. We call an enforcement on the various security agents.
And what exactly?
The first call will be the fire service. Depending on the situation, the first call will be the fire service. In some cases, we call the Ghana Army. Because NADMO, the moment we get into a scene and we witness that the work...
How quick is your response, Frank? How quick is NADMO's response to such distress calls?
It depends. NADMO is seen at every district. And we have areas which even we do have disaster volunteers. So depending on how the call comes, we rushed in. And we do ask a lot of questions how the situation is, so that before on our way coming, we will also call all other forces to meet and join us to do the rescue.
If you go and the flood is heavy, the rains are heavy, what do? Do you wait till the rain subside, or you go into action and save lives? What exactly do you do?
The first and foremost thing is what I explained to you. If it's not in the main course of the stream and stuck somewhere, then we see that the wave is not that much. We will go into rescue. But if it's that heavy, all we do is we prevent other people also from not going to such.
What about people who are trapped? What about people who are trapped in it?
When people are trapped in areas like houses, which I witnessed that of Patashi around the area.
No, we're talking about, for example, hold on, Frank. We're talking about, for example, what happened last week, where the Susan, there was somebody in his Toyota Camry vehicle, was on top of the vehicle, close to the Susan stream, and was about to be swept away by rainwaters. If NADMO and fire service and the military get there, what would you have done? If the rains were heavy as it was last week?
The situation is what I'm giving you. I wasn't in the scene, wouldn't get the exact, but I'm giving you the scenarios in which we used in our rescue. If we go and it's stuck somewhere, and the distance to the mainstream and the wave that is coming is not that heavy, we will go on with our rescue. The fire service is there. We have these ropes that we joined up, and we make sure that people also lead. Depending on the area that we are, and we could get also people to assist us for us to know that this is far a distance from the stream, and this is where we could pass most. We go along, then we do that rescue.
If it's heavy,
but if it's so much, we have to wait and make sure that the rain comes down. We move in.
Whilst people are desperately fighting for their lives, we would have to wait.
That is it. Dave, you and me, you know the forces of water. That is why in most cases, we do advise that let X not, no amount of time or hurry that you are in, that your life, it's legs of that which is important to you. So the best you do is you wait, even if it's 5-6 hours, you do wait. Then at the right time, with neighbors and people and not moving around, we help give directions for people to cross. But if it happens in that situation, then we go, then we get to know that the force is so much. These are some of those things that we do. But if we find it to be so running such that even if the vehicle of the fire could go, then we see any shake in it, it means no human can even go through or use any rope or any ladder to do that rescue. In that instance, we wait for the rain to submerge, it comes down, then we walked in for the rescue.
Mate, but before you go, we know that NADMO has identified some structures that are in waterways, wetlands that has to go. Do we know when demolition will begin?
Not really, but I beg you, let me take a little bit of your time. There has been an interesting discussion which I've followed for barely 25 minutes now. I would first of all want to say thank very much to the assembly member in your studio. About 4 months ago, I had this at Asokore Mampong, where they were going to various communities doing communal labor. But Dave, the situation is, yes, they will go ahead with the communal labor. We are giving a description of where the tenders happen, which there are no buildings in waterways. But let's not forget, it's not where I, Frank, stand that we are defining. We are defining the course of a stream. So in the downstream, should anybody have a development in the downstream and the rains are so heavy, there will be that return which will even affect those at the upper stream. Because if it doesn't have that free flow vent, you know the order of the day. And the second thing also is, most of our bridges and culverts, like we all know, outdated. But the question is, if we do not learn to stay off the stream, we are talking of this, son, even 50 meters away from it, it's not enough. The water resource will even define and let you know, depending on the stream, the history, and the data they do have, will let you know how they should stay away. Most of these, apart from the chiefs selling these wetlands, some of them are not sold. You go there, then you see squatters. Gradually, they will be building off. You engage some of the chiefs, and they will tell you that they say they don't have any place to stay, and I just gave them. I've not given anybody documents. And lo and behold, you go in, most of these people in the wetlands, like we always keep on saying, over 90% of them doesn't have even a document to put up structure. So some of these things that we're talking of, together with you and me, we have the world, and the people also living should know that their life is more important than the building that is put up there. After all, it's you that worked, labored, then had what you have there. You don't know what the Lord has for you in days ahead of you. There are better things that you could go in.
Thank you very much.
Advice that you don't stay there. You get property destroyed, you get life being lost, then year in, year out, when in the little bit of the dry season comes, then you think we are safe. Let us all keep away from there. So authorities or powers be helped assist for us to go ahead with this demolition without any compensation. That is where my angle is coming from. Because if you compensate anyone who need not to build such a structure there will be a different person who will also come and do it and expect that you did for Koyo, so do for you.
For me. Frank, we'll make time and talk some more. Frank, we'll make time and talk some more because, there are other angles to this conversation that I think we need to have, and we need to make time for this conversation. He is a Metro NADMO boss, Frank Doodou. He joined us. But he says, listen, stay away from driving, using the roads and stuff like that when it's raining. Because some of us and so not no dear. I'm so no at a answer. Give me a call on 03-220-835.